Friday, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libitor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And a lot more calmer morning today than yesterday morning.
Yes, so we're just going to be seeing temperatures in the 30s this morning. It's a little bit chilly. Today it's going to be cool and windy though.
Yeah, but the better news is the weekend ahead.
Yes, it's look like on our 7-day, all sunshine,
Wow.
even through end of next week, and then we'll slowly warm up 50s this weekend, then 60s, then even 70s.
Brighter days ahead.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. A chilly day is expected today. We are already starting out just around freezing in the mid-30s, 38 degrees in Westmoreland, Whitesboro, Earlville, 32 degrees in Little Falls, and 31 degrees in Cooperstown. But it will warm up a little bit more today. Highs will be in the low 40s, and we will be seeing some sun. We are dry on our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. But with those highs in the low 40s, it's going to be windy, so it actually is going to feel like those temperatures are in the low 30s. So a little bit chilly today. We warm up for a beautiful Easter weekend, very spring-like with sunshine and temperatures in the 50s. And then we really warm up next week. We will continue to see sun with summer-like temperatures towards the end of the week, even in the 70s. So for the rest of today, expect sunshine, highs in the low 40s with feels-like values in the low 30s. And I will talk a little bit more about our weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. A bridge in Frankfurt Center was a victim of the
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Mountain Ice Paint Gel.
Welcome back. We are under a fire watch today from the National Weather Service. This is because it's going to be really dry outside with very low humidity, and it is going to be windy, so any fires that do start outside, like campfires, burning of anything, or fireworks, that it could spread really quickly into fires. So just be careful for that for today. This fire watch does end this evening. And the good news is that the wind is going to die down for this weekend, and it's going to be a really nice Easter Sunday. So on Sunday, we are expecting sunshine. It's going to be a little bit warmer than tomorrow with highs in the mid-50s, calm wind speeds, and overall just a really nice day outside for Sunday. Looking ahead towards next week, it's going to get very, very warm. We will be in the low 60s in the beginning of the week, and then towards the end of the week, near 70 and in the 70s, especially for Thursday and Friday. So really nice days are coming ahead, really warm, almost summer-like. Gary.
good news there, that's
Yes.
for sure. Hannah, thanks. A number of community
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are waking up to clear skies this morning. It is going to be chilly today, though, and a little bit windy. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. Clear skies to start here this morning. The flag is blowing. It is already a little bit breezy outside. It's going to get windy this afternoon with highs just in the low 40s. We are starting out in the 30s, so a little bit chilly outside with some frost possible. 32 degrees in Little Falls and 38 degrees in Westmoreland and Deansboro. And taking a look to the south, 39 degrees in Cooperstown and Hamilton. A little bit chilly with highs today just in the low 40s, and it's going to feel cooler than that because of that wind, but we are going to be dry. This is our Yorkville battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, and a little bit of cloud cover is possible. Partly cloudy skies with once again that wind coming out of the northwest. So today it is going to feel much cooler than the actual temperature outside. We are going to be seeing highs in the low 40s. Feels like values, though, are going to be in the low 30s. So it's going to feel like just around freezing this afternoon, but we will be seeing sunshine. And the good news is that that wind is on its way out. Calmer wind speeds do come in for Easter weekend and for next week. So if you did want to do any spring cleaning, any yard work, just get anything cleaned up for the beginning of spring or at least the middle of spring, I would say yes for today, tomorrow, Sunday. all next week. It's going to be really beautiful, so yes to that as well. This weekend, it's going to remain right around average for this time of year. Beautiful spring-like weather is expected for Easter. We will be seeing sunshine for both days. Highs near 50 on Saturday and in the low 50s for Easter Sunday. Overall, great weekend for Easter. And let's take a look on our Skycast. Today, it's just going to be a little bit chilly. Highs are just going to be in the low 40s, but it's going to feel like the low 30s, and we are going to be seeing some sun. Then tonight, we drop into the low 20s with a hard freeze possible as we see clear skies. And tomorrow we will be seeing mostly sunny skies. By noon we will be in the low 40s, and then later we will be right near 50 degrees. Just a little bit of a wind and some sun. So overall, really nice day expected tomorrow. But once again, a little bit chilly today. Low 40s, but it is going to feel like the low 30s. And tonight we will drop into the 20s with a hard freeze possible. But let's take a look at our 7-day. It's looking really nice. Spring-like weather this weekend for Easter. Really nice weather in the 50s with sun. Beginning of next week, we will be in the 60s with sun. And the end of next week, we will be seeing summer, like 70s in the sun.
You don't see a 7-day like that pretty often here.
I know. We're getting really lucky over this next week. So, and it looks like the rain wasn't going to come in or anything until even like the week after. So it looks like it's going to be dry for this whole week coming up.
Yeah, I know my Aunt Teresa is going to be happy about that
Yes,
forecast.
I'm
She
very
loves
happy.
the sun.
Yeah,
She
I'm
loves
very
the sun.
happy.
Hannah, thanks. The time right now is 5:20 for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libitor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Maybe winter's a little exaggerated.
Yes, because we're still above freezing. So we're above freezing this morning, but just in the 30s, and then today we'll just reach the 40s, but it's going to be windy.
And the good news?
Yeah, the good news is that we will continue to warm up. Our 7-day is all sunshine by this, and we'll reach the 70s by the end of next week.
Yeah, crazy.
Yes, so I'm excited for that. I love the warm weather. Let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. A little bit chilly to start this morning. We're just around and above freezing. 39 degrees in Whitesboro and 37 degrees in Earlville. Today, our high temperatures will just reach the low 40s, but it's going to be windy. Here is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Dry conditions for all of today. We will be seeing some sun come in, but once again, it's going to be cooler and windy with feels like temperatures just around freezing. The good news is that we warm up into the 50s for a beautiful Easter weekend with sunshine and spring-like temperatures. Then we see those summer-like temperatures come in next week. We'll be in the 60s in the beginning of the week and in the 70s towards the end of the week. So for today, expect highs in the low 40s, windy conditions with sunshine. I will talk a little bit more about the Easter weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Republican legislators.
The Cooperstown Camp is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. Today it is going to be really dry and it is going to be windy. So it is not recommended to burn anything, have any campfires or burn anything outside because of the dry humidity and the windy conditions. Fires can spread really easily in this type of weather. This fire watch has been issued by the National Weather Service and it is in effect until this evening. The good news is, though, that we are not going to be windy for long. The calmer wind speeds come in for the weekend and for most of next week. We are slowly going to warm up. Look at this increase in temperature. We will be in the 50s for this weekend, so a nice spring-like Easter weekend. Then we will be in the 60s for the beginning of next week, so more like late spring. And then we will be in the 70s into the end of next week. So that's feeling a little bit more like summer. So overall, cold and windy today. It's going to be a really nice Easter weekend, though, with highs near in the low 50s with some sunshine, and then those summer-like temperatures come in next week. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. New this morning, the World Health Organization is closely watching a new Omicron.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out chilly and breezy this morning, and it is going to remain on the cooler side today with windy conditions. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. We are starting out with clear skies this morning. Most of our temperatures are above freezing, but we are all in the 30s. only looking to reach the low 40s today. Here's a look at some of our temperatures to start. We have 36 degrees in Dowdesville, 34 degrees in Little Falls, and 39 degrees in Whitesboro. And if we take a look to the south, we have 34 degrees in Skanevis and just 30 degrees in Norwich. But we are dry, and we will be dry for at least the next week, week and a half. This is the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Little cloud cover this morning. We will be seeing partly cloudy skies today, but it is going to be windy coming out of the northwest. So it is looking like we will reach the low 40s for the high temperature later this afternoon, but it's going to feel about 10 degrees cooler. So it's actually going to feel like the low 30s, just around freezing. So a bit chilly today, but the good news is that that wind does die down as we head into the Easter weekend and into all of next week, it looks like. So if you did want to do any spring cleaning or any yard work or anything like that, I would say yes for the next couple of days, even for all of next week. I would say yes to get this done. Easter weekend looks really nice coming in. It's going to be very spring-like. We are going to be seeing highs in the 50s, right near 50 tomorrow, and in the low 50s for Easter Sunday. Sunshine for both these days, calm wind speed, so really nice weather too if you do have any outdoor festivities planned, especially for Easter Sunday. Let's take a look at that on the Skycast. Today it's going to be chilly and windy. Highs just reached the low 40s, so around noon we will be right near 40, but it's going to feel like it's just right near 30. We will be seeing sunshine and once again just windy, but tonight clouds decrease and we will be seeing a hard freeze possible as we do drop into the low 20s. But then tomorrow we warm up. Around noon, we will be right near 40 degrees with calm winds, and later that afternoon, highs are going to reach right near 50 with mostly sunny skies. So for today, expect cooler and windy weather with sun, highs in the low 40s, feels like values in the low 30s with a decrease in cloud cover overnight and a hard freeze possible. Then this weekend, it's going to be very spring-like. Highs are going to be in the 50s with sunshine. Overall, a really nice day for Easter Sunday. We start to warm up next week. Beginning of next week, we reach the 60s, and the end of next week, reach the 70s, almost near 80 on Thursday, Gary.
Well, you better check your air conditioner.
I know. I guess I better turn that on. I have a cover on it and stuff now, so I got to take that off, turn that on for Thursday.
Yeah, get ready.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. Well, some fired up turkey. I'm Gary Libertor.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And what a difference a day makes. At this time yesterday morning, so many people dealing with flooding.
Yes, and today we are nice and dry. We're just going to be cool and windy today, and then it's going to get really warm next week.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that 7-day forecast again.
Yes, the 7-day looks really, really nice. All sunshine.
Beautiful.
Yes. So let's take a look now at the temperatures this morning. We are starting out a bit chilly. We are in the 30s, 39 degrees in Westmoreland and Whitesboro, and 31 degrees in Cooperstown. We will reach the low 40s today, but it's going to be windy. At least we will be dry, though. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are expecting partly cloudy skies today, cooler and windy. But it really does get nice over this weekend. Beautiful Easter weekend, very spring-like with temperatures in the 50s and sunny skies. Then we see a warm-up, 60s for the beginning of next week and 70s towards the end. So for today, expect highs in the low 40s. It's going to be windy though, so it's going to feel like we are in the low 30s. I will talk a little bit more about the Easter weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. A bridge in Frankfurt Center was a victim of the heavy rain early yesterday morning. The pavement on Center Road over Ferguson Creek lifted up the bridge. News Channel 2's Mark Mason has the latest for us this morning.
I came down, assessed the parking lot, went up to the first bridge, and the first bridge was wiped out.
Fire Chief Fred DeStefano noticed the flooded bridge after a 911 call late last night.
This is the third time in 6 years that we have been flooded out in this location. 2017, we had excessive damage to the firehouse and to our pole barn, and then again in 2019.
DeStefano says that this road is a frequent problem and drivers should use their best judgment when driving through this area during a rainstorm.
Never go through standing water or any kind of road that's flooded at any time. The bridge here is the worst of all of them. The rest of it was more of the shale and the debris, trees and limbs and rocks across the road. This bridge up here, the pavement was actually lifted right up from the bridge.
Because this bridge has caused so many issues, Herkimer County was already planning on fixing it this May. As you can see, the bridge has since been cleared, and after the excess of rain, Fire Chief DeStefano says that, unlike the bridge over there, the firehouse is lucky it hasn't been flooded. Reporting in Frankfurt Center, Mark Mason, News Channel 2.
The man found not responsible by reason of mental.
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Mountain Ice Paint Gel.
Welcome back. Today it's going to be really dry in terms of humidity, and it is going to be windy. So the National Weather Service has put out a fire watch for any burning. No campfires, no burning outside, because with this type of weather, the fire can spread really quickly. This watch is in effect until this evening. And the good news is that it turns less windy for the weekend. A really nice Easter weekend is expected, very spring-like. Temperatures in the 50s all weekend with some sun. So we will be right near 50 tomorrow, and in the lower to mid 50s for Easter Sunday. If you do have anything planned outside for Easter, it should be nice for that. Looking ahead though, we really do warm up a lot more. Next week, in the beginning of the week, we will be in the 60s and in the 70s towards the end of the week. So it looks like summer-like weather is coming back in. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. A number of communities in Missouri.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out a bit chilly this morning and breezy, and it is going to be cooler and windy today. But let's take a look at downtown Utica. A beautiful sunrise to start this Friday morning. We are going to be seeing sunny skies today, but once again, cooler and windy. We are starting a really nice stretch of dry weather starting today. Here's a look at what our sky watchers have this morning. Most of us in the 30s. We do have 30 degrees in Old Forge and 38 degrees in Deerfield and New Hartford. And if we take a look to the south, we have 32 degrees in Morris and in Cooperstown. Highs today are expected to reach the low 40s, but it is going to feel like the low 30s with the wind. We will remain dry though. This is our Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and we will be seeing partly cloudy skies today with that strong wind coming out of the northwest. So it is looking like this afternoon when we do reach the low 40s, it's going to feel about 10 degrees cooler. So it is going to feel like it's right around freezing this afternoon. So a bit chilly, but we do really start to warm up over the next few days and even next week. And the wind dies down as well. Today looks to be like our last windy day for a little bit. We will be seeing calmer wind speeds make a return for this weekend, and it looks like next week as well. So if you did want to clean up any winter yard work or anything like that, do any spring yard work, spring cleaning, anything like that, I would say yes for today through the weekend, even through all of next week. It is going to get very nice. A nice dry stretch of weather looks to come in, and it looks to continue for all of next week. This weekend for the holiday is going to be very nice as well. We will be seeing some sunshine, a little bit cooler tomorrow with highs just near 50, but we will be warmer on Easter Sunday with highs in the lower 50s. So if you do have anything planned outside for the holiday, Easter on Sunday, it's going to be a great day for that. And the dry weather and the sunshine will even just continue into next week. On our skycast today, we see windy conditions. We will be in the low 40s, but once again, feeling like the low 30s. Then tonight, we see clear skies. Lows fall into the 20s, so a hard freeze, it's definitely possible as we wake up tomorrow. Tomorrow, we will start out chilly, but we will already be right near 40 around noon and in the upper 40s for the high temperature with some sun. So for today, expect sunshine, but it's going to be cooler and windy. Highs in the low 40s, feels like values in the low 30s with a hard freeze possible tonight. But look at the 7-day. 50s over the weekend for the holiday weekend, so spring this weekend. We see late spring come in early next week in the 60s, and then summer come in at the end of next week, even near 80 on Thursday, Gary. I'm excited.
Yeah, a lot of people are for sure.
Yes, I love warm weather. Like, I love Florida. I love everything like that, so I'm excited.
Get the golf clubs out, right?
Yes.
A lot of folks out there will be doing that. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libichor.
And I'm Swim Tracker 2 meteorologist Hannah Evans.
And that warm up is coming, isn't it?
Yes, so this weekend we'll be in the 50s, which is already pretty nice, and then 60s for the beginning of next week, and then 70s towards the end.
Yeah, good travel weather this weekend for so many folks, too.
Yes, it is going to be dry. Our whole 7-day has sunshine for every day, which
Wow.
is good.
Yeah.
Let's take a look now at the temperatures this morning, though. We are pretty chilly. I'll say we're in the 30s, a little bit breezy. We have 36 degrees in Richfield Springs and 37 degrees in Earlville and Little Falls. But we will be dry today. This is our Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, and we will see partly cloudy skies today with sunshine coming in tomorrow and Easter Sunday. It is just going to be a little bit cool and windy. Highs are just going to be in the low 40s with feels like values in the low 30s. But we warm up for a beautiful Easter weekend with sunshine and temperatures in the 50s. And then next week, those summer-like temperatures come in. Towards the end of the week, we could even be near 80 degrees. So for today, expect some sun, highs in the low 40s, feels like values in the low 30s because it is going to be windy. I will talk a little bit more about the Easter weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
You did say near 80 degrees.
Yes, it looks like next Thursday we have 79
Wow.
degrees for our
Crazy.
high.
Wow. Hannah, thanks. Well, Republican state.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. Today, the air is going to be really dry, very low humidity, and it is going to be windy. So the National Weather Service has had out a fire watch, and you can't really burn anything outside today because with this dry weather, low humidity, and the windy conditions, fire can spread really easily in these conditions. But the good news is that the wind does die down for the weekend and next week, and it really warms up. So this weekend, we will be in the 50s for Easter with sunshine. We will continue to see sunshine for all next week. We will be in the 60s for the beginning of the week and in the 70s towards the end of the week. So it looks like we'll be seeing spring this weekend, late spring in the beginning of next week, and then summer at the end of next week. Today, it's just going to be a little bit cooler and windy. Highs in the 40s, feels like temperatures in the 30s. We do have that beautiful Easter weekend ahead and summer-like temperatures coming in next week. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. New this morning, the World Health Organization is
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out chilly and breezy this morning, and it's going to be cool and windy today, but we will be seeing sunshine. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. As you can see, some clouds, but a beautiful sunrise coming up here this morning. A little bit chilly outside, but it is just going to warm up as we head into the weekend and next week. Our sky watchers this morning have us mostly in the 30s, 38 degrees in Deerfield and New Hartford, 39 degrees in Clinton. And if we take a look to the south, a little bit cooler, 32 degrees in Cooperstown and Morris. High temperatures today will reach the low 40s, but it's going to feel about 10 degrees cooler because of that strong wind that's going to be coming out of the northwest. So Nala is not too happy about the cool weather, but she is happy about the sunshine that her and her named twin Nala can sunbathe in today. So she'll say hi to Nala through the window. Her named twin, she loves that. We will be seeing sunshine and dry weather for the day. Once again, going to be windy. Dry this morning on the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. Partly cloudy skies expected with that strong wind coming out of the northwest. So by this afternoon, once we reach the low 40s, it's going to feel just around freezing. So pretty chilly day expected, but the good news is that we just warm up as the winds die down. The winds die down for tomorrow, for the beginning of next week as well, and it looks like it's going to continue to get pretty warm. This weekend, Easter weekend, looks really nice and beautiful with sunshine near 50 on Saturday and in the low 50s for Easter Sunday. Great day on Sunday if you do have anything planned outside for Easter. And on our skycast we see here, we will be seeing sunshine today. It's just going to be cooler. Right at noon, we will be near 40 degrees and later on in the low 40s for the high temperature, but once again, it's going to be windy. Tonight, as we fall into the 20s, a hard freeze is possible because it is going to get so chilly. And then tomorrow we will warm up quickly around noon, right near 40, and then later on we will be in the upper 40s, right near 50 for the high temperature. So for the rest of today, expect sunshine. Highs are going to be in the low 40s. It's going to feel about 10 degrees cooler though. And then as we head into tonight, we drop into the 20s with the hard freeze possible. But take a look at that 7-day. We see 50s for Easter weekend with sunshine. Heading into the beginning of next week, 60s. And then the end of next week, 70s. Even almost right near 80 degrees on Thursday. So really nice 7-day coming up this week. Gary?
You can't have a better 7-day forecast than that.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that is nice. Hannah, thanks. We are back right now with News Talk.
From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11.
Good Friday morning, and thank you for joining us at 7 on the CW11. I'm Hannah Evans.
And I'm Gary Libitor. Thanks you for joining us again. And you are in store for a nice 7-day forecast.
Yes, we are going to be cooler today, but then we'll slowly warm up. 50s weekend, 60s beginning of next week, and then 70s at the end.
And on that 7-day forecast, it's sunshine every single day.
Sunshine every day. It's
Wow.
going to be really, really nice.
Beautiful.
Let's take a look now at the temperatures to start. We are in the 30s, so a little bit chilly and breezy. 36 degrees in Little Falls and Richfield Springs, and 37 degrees in Westmoreland and Earlville. But we are dry, and we will be seeing a nice dry stretch of weather come in for this weekend and next week. This is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's just going to be cooler and windy today with highs in the low 40s and feels like values in the low 30s. But we warm up with calmer winds for a beautiful weekend this weekend with temperatures in the 40s and 50s, and then those summer-like temperatures come in next week. So for today, expect sunshine, windy conditions, highs in the low 40s, and then we'll talk a little bit more about our Easter weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Anna, thank you. A bridge in Frankfort Center was a victim of the heavy rain early yesterday morning. The pavement on Center Road over Ferguson Creek lifted up from the bridge. News Channel 2's Mark Mason has the latest for us this morning.
I came down, assessed the parking lot, went up to the first bridge, and the first bridge was wiped out.
Fire Chief Fred DeStefano noticed the flooded bridge after a 911 call late last night.
This is the third time in 6 years that we have been flooded out in this location. 2017, we had excessive damage to the firehouse and to our pole barn, and then again in 2019.
DeStefano says that this road is a frequent problem and drivers should use their best judgment when driving through this area during a rainstorm.
Never go through standing water or any kind of road that's flooded at any time. The bridge here is the worst of all of them. The rest of it was more of the shale and the debris, trees and limbs and rocks across the road. This bridge up here, the pavement was actually lifted right up from the bridge.
Because this bridge has caused so many issues, Herkimer County was already planning on fixing it this May. As you can see, the bridge has since been cleared, and after the excess of rain, Fire Chief DeStefano says that, unlike the bridge over there, the firehouse is lucky it hasn't been flooded. Reporting in Frankfort Center, Mark Mason, News Channel 2.
The family of a 6-year-old.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with sun this morning, but it's a bit chilly and breezy. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. As we can see, some clouds in the sky, but overall we are going to be seeing sunshine today. It's just going to remain cooler and windy as highs just reach the low 40s. Our sky watchers have us mainly in the 30s this morning. We have 30 degrees in Old Forge and 38 degrees in Deerfield and New Hartford. And if we do take a look to the south, a little bit cooler, 34 degrees in Milford and in Westford. As we reach the low 40s today, though, it is going to feel like temperatures are just around freezing because of that wind. We are going to remain dry though. This is our UARK Full Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Starting today, a nice stretch of dry weather comes in for the weekend and all of next week. Very little cloud cover is expected as well. We will be seeing sunshine for this whole stretch towards the end of the week, even next weekend possibly. We are going to be seeing really nice weather coming in. Just today, it's going to be cooler and windy. We will start to warm up again over the weekend and next week. Highs will be just in the low 40s this afternoon, but it's going to feel like just around freezing, around 10 degrees cooler than that because of that strong wind coming out of the northwest. The good news is that once again, the winds die down for this weekend, and it looks like for most of next week, we will be seeing very little wind. This weekend is looking really nice for Easter. We will be seeing sunshine, a little bit cooler on Saturday with highs just near 50. But on Easter Sunday, it warms up a little bit more, highs in the lower to mid 50s with sunshine. If you do have anything planned for Easter Sunday outside, great day for that, as we will be seeing that sunshine and those temperatures in the 50s in the afternoon. For today, we will be seeing just highs in the low 40s. It's going to be windy with a strong wind coming out of the northwest, so it's going to feel about 10 degrees cooler than that. Tonight, we drop into the 20s with a hard freeze possible, and then tomorrow we warm up quickly. We will be near 40 around noon, and then in the afternoon we will reach right near 50 degrees with some sunshine. So for today, expect partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the low 40s, feels like values in the low 30s, and then we drop into the 20s tonight with a hard freeze possible. We warm up for this weekend to spring-like temperatures in the 50s with sunshine and beautiful holiday weekend expected. We warm up to late spring temperatures on Monday, Tuesday, 60s, and then summer temperatures Wednesday, Thursday, highs in the 70s. So it is going to get increasingly warm with really warm weather coming in end of next week.
Is joining us now, and Hannah, not a bad morning out there for the Stations of the Cross, but Easter looks even better, right?
Yes, so today it's just cold and windy, but then Easter will be in the 50s, not windy, and then look at next week, Thursday, 80.
Wow.
Yeah, so we really will start to warm up. So let's take a look now at the temperatures for today. We are seeing temperatures in the 40s for the high, so it will reach the low 40s, but it's going to feel in the low 30s because it is very windy outside, and we are seeing a little extra cloud cover, so not really anything warming us up here this afternoon. So cold and windy for today. The good news is that the wind dies down for this weekend. A really nice Easter weekend. Highs are going to be in the 50s in the afternoon with sunshine, especially for Easter Sunday. It looks really nice. And then next week, you saw those temperatures. Looks like we will be seeing summer-like temperatures coming in. So for the rest of today, expect sunshine, highs reaching the low 40s, and it is going to be very windy. I will talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. A fatal accident to our south down near.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are tracking some clouds in the sky, but overall some sunshine. It's just really windy and chilly. Let's take a look now at downtown Utica. As we can see, some cumulus clouds, also some higher level clouds, and some blue skies. Overall seeing sunshine, but very windy, and it is a lot cooler. Our sky watchers have us mostly still in the 30s, 38 degrees in Clinton and 36 degrees in Cassville, a little bit warmer down south. 41 degrees in Otsego. So Nala and her twin neighbor, Nala, this morning, a little bit upset about the cold, but they like the sunshine, so they'll sunbathe in the windows for the rest of this afternoon as we do continue to see sunshine, and we will remain dry, just really windy outside. Dry conditions on our UARK Full Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Once again, a really strong wind coming out of the northwest, bringing in cooler air, and we will be seeing partly cloudy skies. The good news is that the wind does die down for this holiday weekend and for most of next week, so more comfortable weather will be coming in, especially for Easter this weekend. And if you do want to do any yard work, any spring cleanup outside, I would say yes for every day this weekend, even every day next week. It is going to continue to get very warm into next week, and we will continue to see sunshine. If you do have anything planned this weekend, great weekend for that. Very spring-like temperatures in the 50s, mostly sunny skies for both days. Any activities for Easter are really going to be a nice day Sunday afternoon. For the rest of today, we are just going to be windy. Highs just in the low 40s and feels like temperatures are going to be in the low 30s. Then as we head into tonight, a hard freeze is possible as we drop into the 20s. Then tomorrow we will warm up quickly. Around noon we'll be right near 40 degrees, and then for the rest of the afternoon we will reach right near 50, seeing mostly sunny skies. But for the rest of today, pretty windy and chilly. Once again, highs just in the low 40s, but it does feel like the lower 30s. And we drop into the 20s tonight, getting very chilly. A hard freeze is possible. But let's take a look at that 7-day. We are seeing 50s this weekend with sunshine for Easter. Overall going to be really nice and spring-like for Easter. Then as we head into the beginning of next week, more like late spring in the 60s. And then summer comes in for the end of the week, almost near 80 on Thursday, Gary.
The 7 day of sunshine.
Yes,
forecast.
looks like Florida.
Hannah, thank you. Well, the World Health Organization, Hannah Evans.
We are tracking a cooler and windy day today with highs just in the low 40s. Right now, we are measuring 39 degrees at the Gruis Park Airport in Rome, but with that wind speed, it feels like 28 degrees, so really, really cold outside. As we reach our high temperature later, it's just going to feel like it's around freezing. So once again, high temperatures in the low 40s, but by later this afternoon, 2-3 p.m., it's going to feel like just below freezing. So overall, a really chilly and windy day, but we are seeing sunshine. So that is what is occurring today. The wind dies down for this weekend. We're beautiful weather for the Easter weekend with sunshine, highs in the 50s. And then next week, we really start to warm up with summer-like temperatures coming in. So for the rest of today, expect windy conditions, highs in the low 40s. I will talk a little bit more about the weekend forecast coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thanks. Several police agents.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are seeing some clouds, also some blue skies, but it is really cold and windy. Let's take a look at downtown Utica. As we can see, we are seeing some sunshine, but we are seeing a lot of clouds as well, and everything is blowing around. The traffic lights, we are seeing really windy conditions, wind speeds up to 25 miles per hour. So our sky watchers have us mostly in the 30s, but it actually feels like the 20s. 38 degrees in Clinton, 36 degrees in Cassville, and then we do have 41 degrees, a little bit warmer in Otsego. Here is our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We will remain dry today. We are just seeing a little bit of cloud cover and that really strong wind bringing in cool air from the northwest. Highs today will just be in the low 40s, and it's going to feel like the low 30s. So really windy today, but the good news is that calmer wind speeds come in for the weekend and for most of next week. It's looking like it's going to be a really nice weekend ahead. So if you did want to do any spring cleaning, any yard work, anything like that, I would say yes. For today, it's just a little bit windy and cold. Tomorrow, Sunday, it's going to be nice. And next week is going to be really nice, and it's going to get a lot warmer. So if you do have any Easter plans for Sunday outside, it's going to be a really nice afternoon for that. Highs in the afternoon will be in the 50s, and we will be seeing sunshine and calmer wind speeds. We are just going to be feeling a little bit cooler tomorrow. Highs are just going to be near 50 in the afternoon, but we are still seeing some sunshine. Overall, a really nice spring weekend ahead. On our Skycast here today, though, we are going to be seeing cool weather, highs just in the low 40s, and really windy outside, so it's going to feel around 10 degrees cooler than that. Overnight, we drop into the 20s. A freeze is possible, but heading into tomorrow, we warm up really quickly, near 40 at noon and in the upper 40s later in the afternoon. So for today, expect highs in the low 40s, really windy and cold out, but we are seeing some sun, and it gets cold overnight with the low in the 20s. Then tomorrow and Sunday, it feels a lot like spring. We are going to be seeing sunshine, calmer wind speeds come in as well. Easter Sunday looks really nice in the afternoon, and then we see late spring come in for the beginning of the week, highs in the 60s, and then summer for the end of the week, Gary.
Wow, you can't beat that.
No, you cannot.
Woohoo, 79. 79. We're going to push 80.
Yes.
Hannah, thank you. Well, here's a very...
For spring, Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Yeah, a little chilly out there, but it is going to warm up, and it's going to feel a lot nicer each and every day as we go forward. As we head into Easter, we'll take a look at the Easter forecast first. It should be a nice day. It'll be chilly in the morning. It will start out below freezing, but we'll climb into the 50s in the afternoon, and it's expected to be very sunny. Clear skies. Should be a beautiful day with light winds. Windy day today. That didn't help make it feel comfortable. Gusty winds, peak winds over 40 miles an hour in some areas like Herkimer 41, Brookfield a peak wind of 43 miles an hour, Westmoreland 38 miles an hour. These readings come from the New York State Mesonet. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's dry and it will remain dry this evening. We've got low humidity and windy conditions. Again, that is prime weather for brush fires to spread. So again, just a reminder that burn ban is in effect until May 14th. Partly sunny skies this evening, temperatures in the 30s. It will warm up as we head throughout the weekend and into early next week. We're tracking a very spring-like forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
New video from the Utica Zoo.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Happy Good Friday. We are tracking some nice weather across central New York. We are tracking sunshine, and it will be a very nice weekend here as we head into Easter. Let's take a live look outside. This is our CAV Tower Cam as we look into the eastern Mohawk Valley. And again, we're looking at just a few fair weather clouds decorating the sky. And again, temperatures are going to cool off tonight. We're going to drop down into the 20s. There will be a heavy frost. As we head into the weekend, temperatures will warm up. So we'll see frost in the morning, but by the afternoon, it will be very pleasant. Mostly sunny on Saturday, 50 for the high. 56 on Sunday. Sunny skies for Easter Sunday. Again, it's chilly in the morning, but by the afternoon, it should be a beautiful day. And the winds will be light. I know it's very windy today, and it really puts a nip in the air. But as we head into the weekend, with the winds diminishing, it will feel a lot more comfortable. And we're going to get a stretch of weather here where we won't have to deal with the wind, at least for the next 3 days. The winds pick up again for Tuesday and Wednesday, but I think we're going to start getting away from the consistent wind that we've been seeing throughout the month of March as we make this transition into spring as the weather gets warmer. It tends to get less windy. So you look at the radar this evening. Again, things are looking quiet. Temperature trends, again, it's going to gradually warm up over the next few days. Our average high 52. And we will climb over that as we head into Sunday and beyond. It's going to get a lot warmer here as we head into the middle of next week. Temperatures this evening, chilly. Whitesboro, 39 degrees. Dolgeville, 40. Big Moose, 32. Inlet, 34. Across Southern Valleys, Sherburne, 41. Cooperstown, 38. And Skinevus with 35. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, it's chilly and it's windy. Temperatures will be in the 30s, so dress nice and warm. Tonight's featured dog is Chewy from Mohawk. If you want to be part of this, head to Bill's Buddies on Facebook. High pressure is building in, and that's going to help clear skies out. We saw some clouds across the area, especially south. Still that lingering cold front that brought us the weather yesterday and the day before. It's finally going to leave the area as we head into tonight. And again, we're looking at clear skies overnight, a heavy frost. So you'll need a few minutes to scrape off the car windshield if you're heading out early in the day. Sunshine throughout Saturday. Again, pleasant, less wind. Temperatures climb into the upper 40s to near 50. More frost tomorrow night. Clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the 20s. Easter Sunday, again, looking spectacular. A little chilly in the morning. By the afternoon, temperatures warm up. 2 p.m. we're close to 50. We'll climb into the mid-50s in the afternoon. Tonight, heavy frost down to 20 degrees, mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, a high of 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Then Easter is looking spectacular, and the weather stays dry as we head into next week, and it's going to really warm up. Monday was high 62, Tuesday up to 67. It's windy Tuesday. That ushers in some warm weather. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, temperatures in the 70s, well into the 70s with mostly sunny skies. And with this upcoming weather pattern, we're going to start to see an increase in pollen. We're going to talk about how that's going to be changing here over the next few days coming up.
I've already started my Zyrtec.
Good call. All right, thanks, Bill. Well, spring is here and summer is going to be here before you know it. So if you're hoping to shed some pounds before you hit Curtis, and with the warmer weather, yeah, we're going to start talking about allergies.
Yeah, they're starting to come out. Signs of life returning to central New York. That also includes pollen. The levels will be increasing here as we head into the next couple of days. We'll take a look at the trends here. Medium levels for tomorrow and Sunday, and then they really start to ramp up next week, especially as the weather gets warmer. I think we're going to start to see our first high levels of pollen here as we head into early next week, Monday being the first of them. The extended forecast is calling for a ridge in the jet stream. That is the jet stream bending over us, kind of like the crest of a wave. And that prevents storms from impacting us. It also keeps the warm weather in place. And we are looking at a warm, dry weather pattern heading into next week. Temperatures will be way above average heading into the middle of April. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things are looking dry. It will be chilly this evening and tonight. We'll drop below freezing. Widespread frost will be developing overnight. But again, a really nice weekend ahead. We've got to look at that weekend forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Democrats from the White House on down are condemning the
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Turning out to be a nice day, minus the fact that it's windy and pretty chilly out there, but the sun does help. Let's take a live look outside. This is our CATV Tower Cam. If you think it's too cold and too windy, it will get nicer. We're looking at much less wind and warmer temperatures as we head into the weekend. This is a live look outside where the snow has melted. Spring is going to be upon us in just a couple of weeks. Things are going to green up in the lower elevations. I know it's hard to believe, but things change quickly this time of the year. Looking at the weekend forecast, we're going to start to make that change here beginning tomorrow, a high of 50 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Easter Sunday is looking beautiful. It's a chilly start, but it's a warm finish. Temperatures climb into the mid-50s. Both Saturday and Sunday, we're not expecting much wind at all. In fact, the winds will stay light through the whole weekend as well as Monday. The winds pick up on Tuesday, but for the most part, I think we're getting out of the windiest part of the year as we make the transition into the middle of spring over the next several weeks. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things are looking quiet. Perfect outdoor weather if you're looking to do some spring cleaning or just go outside and enjoy the sunshine. The next 3 days will be great for that. It'll get even nicer here and it'll get even warmer as we head into next week as temperatures continue to warm up. Barneveld 37 degrees, Mohawk, Jeff with 42, Old Forge, Bill with 36 degrees, West Leiden 35, Mike and New Hartford 41. Across Southern Valleys, Deb and Hartwick 34, Harry and Otago 37, Ted and Morris with 38, and Cassville, Helen checking in with 36 degrees. A cold front continues to push to our south and east, bringing us just a few clouds today, but it's all about high pressure building in from the west, and that will be driving our weather throughout the entire weekend. Skies remain mostly clear tonight. A heavy frost develops after midnight. Overnight lows drop into the mid-20s. So we'll have a heavy frost first thing tomorrow morning, but it does warm up. In the afternoon, temperatures climb to near 50 degrees. Again, winds will be light. Skies remain clear Saturday night. Another heavy frost expected as overnight lows drop into the mid-20s. And Sunday afternoon, again, back to sunshine, warming up quickly. Temperatures climb into the mid-50s here in the afternoon. Tonight, heavy frost, a low of 20. Tomorrow, less wind, warmer, and plenty of sunshine with a high temperature of 50 degrees. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Easter Sunday, temperatures in the mid-50s, beautiful afternoon. A high pressure system is going to serve as a heat pump. That's going to bring warm temperatures here gradually into the week. We're into the low 60s Monday, the mid-60s Tuesday. That's when we see a warm front move through. The winds will pick up into the mid-70s Wednesday, upper 70s. Looking ahead to Thursday and Friday, no rain in the extended forecast. We'll be right back.
Now for a first look at the forecast, we get you set for the weekend. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. The weekend forecast is looking great.
Absolutely. A really nice weekend. Sunny skies Saturday, Sunday. A little chilly, but we're not going to have the wind that we had today. So all in all, good news here going forward, especially for Easter. We're looking at dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Just also wanted to point out that we still have an almost full moon in the sky. It was full yesterday, but you still see a really nice glimpse of it this evening. This picture was taken yesterday by Terry Potosny. We should have a pretty nice view of it this evening with mostly clear skies. Again, a live look at the radar. Things are looking dry across central New York. Temperatures have cooled off. We're now down to 31 degrees with a light northwest wind at 5 miles an hour and clear skies. And temperatures tonight will fall into the low 20s, so we're expecting widespread and heavy frost to form by tomorrow morning. But as you saw, a nice looking weekend is expected. We're tracking very spring-like weather for early next week. Let you know how warm it gets coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight. Did you see what happened at the Masters today? Two huge trees fell as bad weather moved in during today's second round. Those trees just missing spectators. Now, I want you to look at this in slow motion. Very close call. Amazingly, nobody was hurt. They suspended the second round because of the weather. The tournament is set to resume Saturday morning, weather permitting. Wow. Well, nothing is more annoying.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are taking a live look outside overlooking the city of Utica from our Cabby Tower Cam. It looks quiet. Some frost is starting to build up across the area this evening. You might need a quick scrape of this first thing tomorrow morning. Once the sun comes out, it's going to melt pretty quickly. And again, we're talking about temperatures tomorrow morning in the 20s. With such nice weather setting up in place, we have some pollen that will start to escalate. As the weather starts to get nicer, as we start to get into spring mode, the levels of pollen will increase. It becomes high by Monday. Maple, elm, and juniper, the three most common things in the air these days for this. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things are looking quiet. Great weather to be outdoors. They're looking at really nice weather over the weekend as well as early next week. Sunshine, light winds. Again, very comfortable conditions across the area. We've got high pressure building in from the west and a cold front departing our area, and that is going to set the stage for a lovely weekend. Again, the winds stay light over the next couple of days. The winds come back as we look ahead to Tuesday. We're getting out of the windiest time of the year, so going forward, we should see less of it compared to what we've been experiencing here for the past couple of weeks. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. We're looking at mostly clear skies and frost tomorrow morning. Temperatures start out in the 20s. We warm up quickly. That strong April sunshine will help boost temperatures into the 40s in the afternoon, and it will feel a lot warmer than today without as much wind. Tomorrow night, we're looking at mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the 20s. More frost on Easter morning. We're looking at beautiful weather. A little chilly in the morning if you're heading out to church. Dress nice and warm. Temperatures will climb into the mid-50s as we head into Sunday afternoon. Heavy frost tonight, low of 20. Tomorrow, a beautiful day, less wind. Temperatures near 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, nice weather as we head into next week. The weather will continue to warm up. We're into the low 60s on Monday. A warm front brings some wind to the area Tuesday. We're up to 67. Into the 70s, well into the 70s, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And
Could we approach 80?
We could hit 80s. That's not out of the realm of possibilities, but that's impressive. What's also impressive, no rain at all in the extended forecast.
And where are we sun angle wise compared to even a month ago?
So we just had the first day of spring 2 weeks ago, so that we're now early, mid-September?
Mid-September.
It's the same sun angle as mid-September.
Sunscreen too, that's important this time of year.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right, thanks Bill. Coming up next, Vice President Kamala. For first look at the forecast tonight, there's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis getting it set for the weekend.
Yeah.
Not too shabby, I'd have to say, for an Easter weekend.
Looks really nice. Lovely weekend. We've got the sunshine, temperatures in the 50s, and most importantly, less wind.
Oh yeah, that'll make it feel nice.
Yeah, the wind today was pretty rough. Let's take a look at the forecast here as we head into this evening. Just a reminder, too, that you should be able to see a great shot of the almost full moon tonight. This was taken last night by Terry Potosny. The moon is going to be quite visible in the night sky here with mostly clear skies. Again, looking at the radar here this evening, nice and quiet. Temperatures are cooling off. We're already down into the low 30s. In fact, our temperature is 30 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, a northwest wind at 5 miles an hour, clear skies. Temperatures will fall into the low 20s tonight with frost developing. And frost will be around first thing tomorrow morning. A lovely weekend ahead and even warmer next week. I've got to look at the temperature trend coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight. Have you seen what happened at the Masters today? Take a look. 2 huge trees fell in bad weather during the second round today. Those trees just missing spectators. Now, I want you to see this in slow motion. Just how close it was. Very close. Amazingly, nobody was hurt. Look at them come down. They're huge. Well, they suspended the second round because of the weather. Tournament set to resume Saturday morning, weather permitting. And nothing is more.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look outside overlooking the city of Utica. It is a clear and cold night. Temperatures have already fallen below freezing, which means frost is starting to form outside. And you might need to spend a minute or two scraping it off your car windshield first thing tomorrow morning. I think the frost will be melting by, say, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. But if you're going to be heading out earlier than that, again, you might want to budget a little bit of time to do that. Another thing that we're going to be seeing tomorrow, the pollen. Yes, we're getting into that time of year where the pollen count will start to rise, especially as the weather gets warmer and as life starts to return to central New York. Levels will stay medium over the weekend, but they become high on Monday. Maple, elm, and juniper are the 3 most common things in the air, in addition to a lot of other pollen. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It is dry across the region this evening. The weather looks perfect for outdoor activities. If you have any Easter plans outdoors, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the weather looks fine. Sunday morning will be a little chilly, but it should be a nice day across the area. And we're looking at less wind, too. So a cold front that brought us clouds today will continue to push to the east tonight, and high pressure will build in. And that sets the stage for a lovely weekend. Again, the winds look very light over the next couple of days. We'll start to see more winds on Tuesday, but going forward, we're getting past the windiest part of the year as we get out of the month of March. So the weather will become less windy as it does get warmer here throughout the month of April. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, we're down into the 20s. Again, frost by tomorrow morning. It's a beautiful Saturday, a light wind, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures climb into the upper 40s in the afternoon to near 50. The weather looks dry Saturday night. We'll see more frost Sunday morning. If you're heading out to church Sunday morning at 8 a.m., temperatures start out in the low 30s, so you'll need a jacket. It'll be chilly in the morning, but it should be a beautiful afternoon. Again, sunshine and warm. Temperatures climb into the mid-50s. A heavy frost tonight, a low of 20. Tomorrow, beautiful day, mostly sunny, light breeze, but not like the wind today. High of 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Beautiful on Sunday, high of 56. The weather really warms up next week. We're into the 60s Monday, upper 60s Tuesday, windy weather. That's all part of a warm front. Temperatures in the 70s on Wednesday, upper 70s, looking ahead to Thursday and Friday. And it stays dry for the entire week. We don't have any weather systems on the way.
And because of the sun angle and the warm weather, sunscreen. People are going to forget real quick, yeah.
Yeah, you'll burn if you're outside too long.
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, Vice President Kamala Harris.